right, ready to go. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Welcome. So we will talk a little bit today about AI and content creation. The thing is, when we speak about content creation and AI, the first thing that normally we have in mind is how do we generate video, right? And the big question is if AI, it's really ready for that. So let's see and discuss that later. But the reality is when we speak about content creation is that it's not only about generating video. The process of generating content is much longer, much complex than the video itself. So I would like to take over. Sorry, I'm looking for the keyboard there. Sorry. I would like to take you over the workflow of with few steps on the content creation process and see how AI is today helping us to create great content. So the first one I would like to start with is the script selection. In the studios, normally when we start a new project, we are asking from writers to propose us different scripts. We are getting thousands of scripts sometimes, and we need a team to read each one of them and select which one of them is the best for this specific project. The thing is, as you can imagine, there's tons of pages they need to read, but using some AI tools, we are shortening the time and how we analyze which one of the scripts are the best for this specific project. So we are getting some insights, like all the character descriptions, the sentiment of the script during the timeline. So it's shorting, and we are now able to read and select the script from a wider quantity of proposals than we were before with the same effort. When we move to the next one, once we have selected the script, next thing is how do we convince the stakeholders to invest on that production? For that, we are creating some script, some pitch deck, okay? But that is done even before we have one single shot for the production. So what we are able to do today, instead of using in that presentation images from different banks and stocks, we can create, of course, using generative AI, and we can create this image very close to the writer vision, how the production will look in the future. So here we have a picture done for one of our productions using AI. And remember this picture because we will see later on how the real thing looks. So you will be able to compare what we had on mind from the writer at the beginning and what we have in reality after the production. The next one I would like to speak a little bit is about the production and post-production, but I will touch only small thing is especially we are doing for documentaries that normally we are getting some very old and low quality images that we need to use to visualize the story. But now using AI, we are able to transform this very low quality picture in a high quality one. And even more than that, we can prepare a short video, which is of course having a higher value. Let's see a short example. So on the left side, we see the image that we got for this show. On the right side, we have a video generated by AI from this low quality image. So you can imagine the value of this visualization is much, much higher than what we were able to do before.
In the context of audio, the same thing can be done with voice. In the context of documentaries, it can be used also to restore and reuse voices from the past. And another use case that can be done is to hide details. For example, if it's something about I don't know, sexual assault, and you want to hide the victim, but you still want to maintain the emotion, you can use voice technologies to hide that voice, but without doing like the metallic voice that we usually get on a documentary.
All right. So the next stage I would like to speak about is marketing. So once we have the production done, materials to promote the show, not only to have audience, but also to sell the distribution rights. In a normal way, when we prepare the trailer, so we have that in the local language that we did the production, and only after we had a deal, we were able to dub the trailer and the content, and of course, because of the cost. Today, we are able to dub the trailer even before we dub the entire series. So let's see an example. If you remember the picture I showed you before, so let's see now the trailer, the real trailer that we were running. This production was done in Israel in Hebrew, but you will see here how we done the dubbing version in English with Deepdub.
I invented a new game, and it's gonna blow people's minds. Once you get into it, you can't stop.
There he is! You ran that way!
Because this thing is gonna be next level.
Your daughter was involved in a car accident.
That can't be. Noya's at home. Noya? Something else happened here. This wasn't just an accident. I don't care what you did, even if you broke the law. I'm just trying to understand what happened to Noya.
What do you got there? Something about this doesn't add up.
The report stated he had virals on him. You ever try those?
Noya was talking about something in her virals. They called it Wonder or something.
I don't know, never heard of it. You're basically seeing things without really seeing them.
This game Wonder, it's a drug.
Please don't go.
It's the only thing I want to do!
We should have protected her!
Enough! We were terrible parents!
Police!
It feels like a trip, doesn't it? This feels crazy.
Yeah, so the thing is, what we have here is a dub trailer done by AI, the voice, and we did that before we dubbed the entire title. Okay, and this is something that we were not able to do before.
Thanks, Ariel. I'll take it a little bit to how we do that. I do want to show you a glimpse of behind the scenes of how this thing works. When people hear AI, there is a tendency to think that there's no creative and everything is automated and there's the red button, you click and everything happens. Great marketing, but it's not the true story. So I do want to show you like a behind the scenes kind of video of how this virtual studio is used to dub those trailers.
Hi everyone, my name is Maya and we are going to localize content using Deepdub GO.
Supongo que no estamos invitados. Sois bienvenidos. Eres el invitado de honor. No estoy seguro de poder hacerlo.
Now, let's create the English version.
My stupid brother locked me out of the house. Johnny, come on, man, open the door!
Now, I have the power to choose how involved I want to be in the process. I can create glossaries for my content and ensure correct pronunciations.
I'm not sure I can make it. I have a lot of offers.
I can change the text and improve lip sync.
I'm not sure I can make it. I might have plans, dude.
Plus, Deepdub GO's AI chatbot can also assist with rephrasing text or answering questions about the story and its context. I can give my characters any accent.
I'm not sure I can make it. I might have plans, dude.
I can also select a brand new broadcast-ready voice for this character from Deepdub GO's licensed voice bank. All the changes I've made will automatically carry over to this new voice.
I'm not sure I can make it. I might have plans, dude.
And even, being the control freak that I am, give the system the exact performance I'm looking for.
Why can't you just go?
Why can't you just go?
Yep, it's that easy.
So what we try to show you here is to give you like a behind the scenes of how those trailers were dubbed. And the presenter here, she was a voice actress for many years and a dubbing director. The idea is to empower the people that did dubbing all along those years and just give them like a force multiplier. It's not about replacing, it's about empowering and giving them tools to do things that they couldn't do before. She can do this trailer from her laptop at home and then do it all the characters. It doesn't matter, male, female, and so on. You still need that dubbing expertise to drive this process, but you can do it much faster and you can do things that you were not able to achieve before. And I think in the context of what Ariel mentioned about marketing, a big demand also from the Paramount team is actually coming from the sales team, because no one dubbed trailers to try and sell them abroad. So this was another use case that all of a sudden became doable, right? Like you can do trailers in 10 different languages and try to sell them in many different regions. And this is something that was kind of locked before and it was impossible to do. Not just because of budget, because of the process, of the lengthy process of doing project management and so on. So it's not always about cost. I think this opens up a lot of new opportunities that kind of like driving new revenue streams for companies. This is kind of like almost the last slide. Then we'll summarize and have time for questions. I think in a nutshell, we try to summarize what kind of audio capabilities we're trying to provide. So the idea was to give a workspace that is very similar to what the audio people know. I used to work on Pro Tools and other similar tools and give them the same look and feel of how they're used to work on traditional dubbing. Give them the ability to analyze the emotion or the sentiment of the original text when they do the adaptation. Do some advanced quality control that also allows collaboration between the teams. And most important is about the voice. So the idea here is to combine the capabilities of doing text-to-speech with emotion. The idea was to deliver high emotional range and provide the ability to fine-tune that when you want to emphasize a word, the adapter or whoever is working on the system can just tweak it with his own voice and can guide it and still maintain the voice of the actor that was casted for that trailer. I think the accent control is something nice that we will finish with, and then we'll have time for questions.
In a world of many tongues, the message rings true. Unity and diversity, a vision to pursue from every land and culture. Voices blend and soar. Love's universal language opens every door. In this vibrant tapestry where differences shine, together we find strength, in a bond divine. Languages many, hearts beat as one. Under the same sky, beneath the same sun. This unity, a beacon, in a sea of diverse faces, celebrates each unique thread in the fabric it embraces. So let's cherish every word in this rich global sphere, for in our shared humanity, love draws near.
I think going back to what Ariel started with, are we still in POC land or are we bringing stuff to production? I don't know, Ariel, what do you think?
I think when we speak about video generation, we're still being in the stage that we need to improve to be 100% high quality videos creation. But when we see and we check the entire work process, we see that we have a lot of tools today we can use to do more, to do better, to do faster. And this is exactly the thing that I believe that we need to do today is to find the use cases and not to think about the entire process as one thing, is to split in different use cases and identify what are the solutions that can streamline the work we are doing.
Right. Questions?
Thank you. If the voice is made by an AI, how do you secure the copyright on that voice?
Great question. So when we say voice generated by AI, it's something important to say about the model. The voices that we use in our process are voices from a voice bank that we acquired all the rights. We recorded those people in the studio. We did everything with the full waiver and everything that is required to support the commercial rights for broadcast. And we synthesize, our models will synthesize the voice with an AI generation, but the input is still the human original recording from the studio. So you can kind of listen to it, choose the right emotion that you want to use as a prompt, and then just generate it. And if you want a retake, it's very similar to having a virtual voice actor, if you may. Like you want a retake, that's fine. You're the director. You can just hit the generate button and do 5 retakes and take the one that you like the most. It will behave naturally as possible and will be different for every retake that you do.
What kind of cost savings and time savings are you seeing from using this in everyday production or proof of concepts?
I would say that at this point, we are not looking about savings. We are looking about doing more, doing better. But I mean, the cost, I don't think at this stage is the main focus we have.
I think in the context of the use cases that Ariel is trying to solve, they are trying to do the impossible rather than look at cost saving, like Ariel said. But we can say from other clients that, especially when you work at large scale, the cost can drop by 70 or 80% compared to traditional dubbing in some languages. And again, if you look at it from the same view, in terms of scale, you can do more at the same time, which is like you can run things in parallel, right? Because think that this one voice actor can work with the same cast, but you can put 10 people to do it in parallel. So everyone can do different episodes and work on it simultaneously because you're not dependent on bringing the same cast to the studio to record.
Earlier, you were talking about the scripts. You said you get 1,000 scripts, let's say. You're using AI to pick which is the best scripts. Is that a criteria you give it, or?
No. I mean, we are using AI to summarize the script, to get insights, but we have humans selecting the script at the end of the day.
It's more of a shortcut.
Exactly.
All right, I think we have time for one last question. All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ariel. Thanks, everyone. Bye.